Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Let me introduce myself. My name is Riska Listiyana with NPM 2341142. I'm from Manajemen Kelas 23A. In this presentation, I will explain about the concept of decision making and how it affects our daily life. Every day, we make many decisions, from small choices like what to eat to bigger decisions such as career or business strategies. Even though some decisions seem simple, some decisions they actually involve thinking, analyzing, and choosing between different options. This presentation will help us understand how decision making works, what factors influence our choice, and how we can improve our decision making skills. By the end of this presentation, you will have a better understanding of how to make smart and more effective decisions in both personal and professional situations. Let's start with the basic definition of decision making. Decision making is a cognitive process where we choose an option from several alternatives. In this means, we collect information, consider our goals, and then select the best possible action. Decision making happens in many areas of life. It can be simple, like choosing what clothes to wear, or complex, like planning a business strategy. There are three important parts of decision making. First is the input, which includes information, preference, and limitation. For example, we may consider time, cost, or personal value. Second is the process itself, where we evaluate options. Third is the outcome, which is the final decision and its consequence. So, decision making is not just about choosing, but also about understanding the impact of our choice. Next, we will compare rational and irrational decisions. Rational decisions are based on logic, clear goals, and evidence. When making rational decisions, we carefully analyze the cost and benefit of each option. The goal is to choose the option that gives the best result. On the other hand, irrational decisions are influenced by emotion, biases, or incomplete information. Sometimes we rely on shortcuts or quick thinking, which may not always be accurate. For example, buying something impulsive because of a discount can be considered an irrational decision if we don't actually need the product. Understanding the difference between rational and irrational decision is important. It helps us become more aware of our thinking process and improve the quality of our choice. Now, let's explore the psychology behind decision making. First is perception. What we notice and how we interpret information can influence our choice. Two people may see the same situation different and make different decisions. Second is memory. Our past experience affect how we evaluate options. If we had a bad experience before, we may avoid similar choice in the future. Third is attention and heuristic. Because we cannot focus on everything, we often use mental shortcuts to make quick decisions. The shortcut can be helpful, but sometimes they lead to mistakes. In reality, decision making is a combination of conscious thinking and unconscious process. That's why now we will discuss decision theory, which provides a framework for understanding how a decision should be made. There are two main types of decision theory. The first is normative theory. This explains how a decision should ideally be made using logic and mathematical models. For example, expect utility theory helps us choose the option with the highest expected benefit. The second is descriptive theory. This explains how people actually make decisions in real life. It shows that people often use emotion and are influenced by biases. By combining these two approaches, we can improve decision making. Normative theory gives you a target, while descriptive theory helps us understand real human behavior. Next, let's look at the steps in the decision-making process. The first step is recognizing that a decision needs to be made. Sometimes, the biggest challenge is realizing that a choice is required. The second step is defining goals. We need to clearly understand what we want to achieve. The third step is generating options. It is important to consider multiple alternatives before making a decision. The fourth step is evaluating consequences. We analyze the risks, benefit, and trade-off of each option. Finally, we choose the best option and monitor the result. This structured process helps reduce confusion and improve the quality of decision. This slide shows that every decision is like choosing a pet. A simple example is troubleshooting a lamp that does not work. First, we check if the lamp is plugged in. If not, we plug it in. If it's already plugged in, we move to the next step. Second, we check if the bulb is working. If not, we replace it. Third, we check the socket or switch. If the problem still continues, we may need expert help. This example shows how decision can be broken down into simple steps. By following a logical path, we can solve problems more efficiently. Decision trees like this are very useful for routine problems, while more complex decisions will require deeper analysis. To conclude, decision making is an important part of our daily life. It involves choosing between alternatives based on information, goals, and personal preference. We learn that decision can be rational or irrational, and that psychology plays a big role in how we think. We also explore decision theory and a structured decision-making process that can help you make better choices. By understanding this concept, we can improve our ability to make decisions that are more effective and beneficial. So much material that I can convey. Please apologize if there is the mistake in the pronunciation of words. Thank you for watching until the end. I am. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.